Hello, welcome to Political Science class. I'm Bill Enright. Looks like it's going to be an interesting semester. I've never taught a class where we had a pandemic and a presidential general election, but I have taught a semester when I had a pandemic and a primary for the president. So this will be really interesting. Then of course we're also going to be concerned about what's happening with the economy. We're going to be concerned about what's happening with the environment, what's happening with unemployment, and whether or not there's going to be a vaccine. So I'm sure it's going to be an interesting semester. And so what I wanted to do today was just review a little bit about what's in the syllabus and talk about some things that we'll need to be doing in this class. And so I'll start off with just taking a look at our syllabus. And this is of course posted on the website when you go to our webpage. And starts off with my name, Bill Enright. And then it also has my email address, wenright@jjc.edu. And then also my cell phone number, which is 630-234-8747. Wait, I got it right here. All put on there. I know it looks like chicken scratch, but that's looks backward like that, but oh well. In any case, 630-234-8747. This is political science class, and just to cover certainly we would normally have meeting times and all that sort of thing. And so this semester, what I plan on doing is having a Zoom call that we'll have on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'll post the Zoom call information later on today so that you know how to get to it and all that sort of thing. Which, don't get me wrong, I've never run a Zoom call except the practice that I did with my wife and daughter. And so hopefully I'll be able to figure it out. But either way, we'll have that. And then also just keep in mind that we're also going to be having some guest speakers that will be showing up at those times, like maybe somebody who's running for state representative or somebody who's running for county board, something along those lines. And so keep that in mind. To move along with this, and I'm not going to go too far into all of these extra things in the syllabus that you can read on your own. And so I'm just going to sort of jump across some of this stuff, and I wanted to talk about what the expectations are, what the assignments would be, and things like that in the class. Also, as far as how grading works, it's the 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, and so on and so forth. And I can tell you, as far as this class goes, I build this class for good grades. I want everybody to get a good grade in this class. And so things that you do in this class, I'm very lenient. As long as you get this work done and you get it done on time and things like that, you'll get a good grade in this class. When I say a good grade, I mean like an A or a B. I give lots of A's and B's, and I think that students can do really well in this class if you just stay up with the work and get your assignments in on time. And so the other part of this class is I really want you to come out of this class and really know what you want to do as far as voting goes. And so, many of you aren't going to be political science majors. Many of you aren't going to be hearing about taking another political science class. And so this is your opportunity to really think about what issues are important to you, sort of discover those issues, talk about those issues, and then in this class you'll be writing a lot of papers about those. And so that brings me to the first assignment that we have, and it says to write a one-page paper each week from a topic discussed from the book or a current event. And I really encourage you to do current events at least some of the time. And so it talks about, taking something from the chapters, whether you're talking about something like separation of powers, but then also think about all the great things that you could write about this semester. The presidential election, maybe something about the electoral college, something about what's going on with the economy, unemployment, how the pandemic works, what's the government doing as far as funding to come up with a vaccine, things that are going on with Black Lives Matter, things that are going on with protests across the country. And so there's a lot of things that you can talk about. And the idea on this is, what you do is find an article, basically review the article, and then after you review the article, give your opinion, and also just tell me where you got the article. You don't even have to give me like any kind of a bibliography. Just say, I read in the Wall Street Journal, I read on CNN.com or Fox News, wherever it is that you get your news. Just let me know where it's from, and then review the article. And also really important to give me your opinion, because this way you've got like some opinions on some of these issues. You've thought through it. And so again, when you're finished with this class, you'll have like opinions on these things. And so right now, I think this is how I've got it set up. And again, like never had taught online before, although I've taught for 10 years political science. I've never taught online before. And so this semester, if you see something that I didn't put in correctly, please let me know and I'll go back and fix it, or I'll try to figure out how to fix it, because I know like there's a lot of things that I have to still learn and things like that. And I'm a spaz with computers as it is. So let me know if you see something that's missing. In any case, I should have the first 4 weeks posted, and as part of those first 4 weeks, you should have those assignments up there for doing those weekly assignments. And so just submit those assignments, and we'll move on from there. Okay, so that's the first assignment, and that, of course, we can get started on this week, no problem. Also in this semester, we're going to have a 3-page term paper. And in actuality, it's very similar to our weekly paper. It's just that it's 3 pages and you need to have a couple of sources. And of course, it's going to be much more extensive research as to what the topic's going to be. And so that we could talk a little bit more about, and I'll give you some examples of good ones in the past. Also, I think I posted a good example of a paper that I had from last year for a weekly paper, so take a look at that. There are going to be quizzes posted from time to time, and so just make sure that you get around to doing those quizzes. And usually it'll just be like maybe every 2 chapters or every 3 chapters I'll post a quiz with maybe 5 or 10 questions on it. And of course, those will be a good indication of what you'll be getting on the midterm and the finals, because I'll be doing the same sort of thing for midterm and final. As part of this 3-page term paper that you do, I ask that you do a presentation, and normally you'd be doing this presentation in class. Of course, we're not doing that this semester. And so instead, you do the presentation online somehow or another. And I know they've got this Collaborate type of thing on our website, so maybe we could use that. Or I don't know, in the past, or I did this over the summer at College of DuPage, students posted a video that they had done like on YouTube and then posted it. And so whatever way works for you, but we're actually going to be posting it in the discussion area so that other students can see it, and that way everybody gets a chance to see like what issues are important to you and maybe even make comments on them. And so think about that when you're writing your paper, that you'll be doing some sort of a video presentation on it. And it's kind of cool when you're doing the video presentation if you add things like pictures and sound and music and other videos and stuff like that. And so feel free to think about adding that in there too. Also this semester, a 2-page report on visiting a local government meeting. This, of course, is much different than it used to be, because you're not normally going inside to a local government meeting anymore, but you can go to a school board meeting or a city council meeting, or you can go to a park board meeting. And what you can do is just look up in your town like when those things are meeting, and generally these days just watch it on Zoom. Some examples that I had on the syllabus was, let's see, Naperville City Council meets on the 1st and 3rd Tuesday. Joliet City Council meets on the 1st and 3rd Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. I've got listed on here Glen Ellen Village Council because I'm on that, and that's on Mondays, the 1st and 3rd Mondays of the month. And so, so take a look at some of those meeting times. And then what you'll do is just talk about what you saw there. You know, you're gonna, and I'll post this too, like what information you'll need, but who was in the meeting, what was on the agenda, what did they talk about, what did you think about it? And so that gives you a chance to really get familiar with what's going on with like your local government. Since I know it's not convenient for everybody, I also did say that you could do a C-SPAN meeting too, so you could watch like a congressional hearing on C-SPAN and do your report on that also. So that would be some of the options for you. We're going to have a midterm and we're going to have a final. And so those will be multiple choice questions. And of course, we'll talk more about that too. The other big component here these days is like the discussion board, where you get a chance to like give feedback and talk about issues. And so I've already posted something on the discussion board, something about the election. And then maybe I think the first discussion was, where do you want to go on vacation? And so those things you actually get graded for also. So start thinking about doing that. And of course that's going to be weekly, and it's not a lot of points, but you know, the points start adding up. And so that's basically what we're going to be covering in this class. You know, again, take a look at the syllabus and see some of the things that are important. As I said, it's going to be Wednesday mornings that we're going to be doing our Zoom meeting. And then I know also that the bookstore's got some sort of issue with the book. The book that we are supposed to have is this, The Challenge of Democracy, American Government, and Global Politics, enhanced by Kenneth Janda, which hopefully they're going to get this figured out soon. And I know, like, even in my edition, I couldn't find the ISBN number in it, so I'm not sure like what was going on with that. But I did email the bookstore, and they said that they're gonna like give me some more information soon, so I'll post that soon. Okay, one final thing is we've got these weekly papers, and so to get you started on the right foot, if you want to do this in instead of your weekly paper, you can answer these questions, and you can email me or text me the answers, okay? And then I'll give you credit for a weekly paper. So if you already did one for this week, no problem. I'll give you credit for next week's. So these are the questions that I have on there. And by the way, this is going to be coming up all semester, so you might as well take a look at this and do it. What is the United States 10-year Treasury interest rate? Okay, so if you Google that, U.S. Treasury 10-year interest rate, they'll give you that when you Google that. What's the average 30-year mortgage interest rate these days? So how much are people paying on their 30-year mortgage for interest? What's the July unemployment number? What was unemployment in July of 2020? And then how much is gold per ounce? I know, like, I write so poorly you can hardly see that, but how much is gold per ounce? Okay, so 10-year Treasury rate, and you know, up with this also, I'll also post this on the announcements. 10-year Treasury rate, what's the 30-year mortgage, like average rate, July unemployment rate, and how much is gold per ounce? So you can email me that or text me at 630-234-8747. And I know this one ran kind of long. I'll try to make these like under 10 minutes, but this one ran kind of long. But it is the introductory one. Okay, so I'll plan on seeing you on Wednesday morning. Take care.